Welcome. I am Katie Oberlander, your music and drama teacher here at Harbor Light Montessori School. It is my pleasure to present to you today a new play. I heard that we were doing civics this year, and boy, it took me a long time to think about what we should present for that. But with the input of the kids, we came up with this production. You know, the teachers and I were really surprised and excited that they got excited about the process of doing something with the Constitutional Convention. You know, they have researched this quite a lot. They've learned a lot about the historical figures who were present, and they've learned a lot also about the parts of the Constitution through this. And as I told the kids, I learned a lot too, because I learned these things way back probably in 4th grade, and I didn't really retain it. So through doing this production, I was able to understand things better, and I think we all will as well. You can see that this is a short production, but it has a lot of information and very sophisticated ideas and language in it. So we have worked very hard for this, and we're so excited to share with you today the Constitutional Convention.
After the Revolutionary War ended in 1781, the people of America had their independence from England, and the Articles of Confederation became their form of government.
But the Articles of Confederation were just plain bad. There is no central government to unite the 13 states. Every state just cared about themselves.
One huge problem was the money system. Okay, Bertie, I'd like to buy some flour.
Certainly, one bag of flour costs $1.
$1 whole dollar? Why, the slave was. It used to pay 25 cents per bag.
Ah, you must be from the South. Your money is worth way less here in the North. In South Carolina, the dollar is worth 32 English shillings. In New York, it is worth 8 shillings.
My family will starve. I want to buy that 2 French crowns, 3 Spanish balloons, and 5 European dollars. $1.
This is going to be a long day.
Money problems plague the nation. Great debts were owed to foreign countries due to the cost of war, and no states wanted to pay.
Farmers in Massachusetts became particularly angry and
I'm Daniel Shea, former captain in the Continental Army. I'm fed up with how our state is treating former soldiers like me. They're refusing to pay us for our service.
They treat us like dogs.
yeah! I've had several bad harvests, and the government is starting to foreclose on our farms.
My brother couldn't pay his taxes and he was thrown in jail.
Oh!
We must fight back.
Yeah! I'm leading an attack on a federal arsenal in Springfield. Who's with me?
We are! Shea's rebellion was unsuccessful, but it helped people to realize that the nation was in big trouble.
People soon realized that something needed to be done.
So a big meeting was organized in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
All the leaders of the revolution were invited.
Of course George Washington was included. He was a war hero, remember?
It wouldn't be a gathering of founding fathers without Benjamin Franklin.
James Madison from Virginia got there early and started formulating the plan right away. Later, he was called the father of the Constitution. The early work gets the worm.
Edmund Randolph, also from Virginia, was present. George Mason was worried about the government becoming too big.
The convention began on May 25th, 1787. 55 representatives were sent to represent the 13 original states. It was a long, hot summer.
Sure is hot in here. Why doesn't somebody open a window?
Yes! Open the window! Gentlemen, let me remind you of the rules. What goes on in these meetings stay within these walls, so the doors to this room stay locked and the windows stay shut. Now begin.
I suggest we get rid of the Articles of Confederation and write a new plan of government.
This calf talk scares me. I think a big government might control our lives too much. And if one person's in charge, it's basically like living under another king. I have a proposal called the Virginia Plan. It suggests 3 branches of government.
Wait, what? When do we start talking about trees? A tree is going to run the country?
Then I'm pretty sure that they're not talking about real trees.
It's just a way to think about the government being split into parts. Think about a tree and how it has many separate branches, but it's all still part of a whole.
That makes much more sense. Thank you.
Anyway, back to the plan. The first branch of government will be called the executive branch. It will consist of the president who will be voted into office. He will be the highest office, and his main job will be to carry out the laws made by another branch of government.
The role of president sounds very appealing to me.
Me too. We could have a vice president as well, and other officials to support them. We could call them the cabinet.
The cabinet can be made up of different secretaries who specialize and oversee important national departments, such as Treasury or War. I think it is really important for the president to have a team of people who advise and support him. But will those people be making the laws?
No, there will be a second branch of government called the legislative branch. Its job will be to make new laws and vote on them. These people will be called the Congress. They will be voted on by the people of their state.
That makes sense, because laws shouldn't just come from one person. They should be assigned for people all over the country.
The third branch of government will be called the judicial branch. Its role will be to judge the law to make sure it remains fair. There will be 9 judges, also known as justices, belonging to the greatest court in the land. Let's call it the Supreme Court.
Yes, a fine idea!
It sounds like these justices will need to be experts in this Constitution we are creating right now.
Excellent! 3 different parts of the government that share power to ensure that one person doesn't control everything. Each has an important role in helping our country run smoothly.
I feel like we're really uniting to make these decisions.
Uniting?
States that are united in America? I like the sound of that. The United States of America!
Although the Founding Fathers had created a 3-branch government and given the country a new name, the Constitutional Convention was far from over.
As he presided over the meeting, George Washington realized more and more that the representatives were all very different and had diverse ideas about the future of the country.
There were representatives from large states like Edmund Randolph from Virginia. William Patterson was from the small state of New Jersey. Roger Sherman from Connecticut always kept an open mind.
It seemed like the Constitution was a done deal, but Benjamin Franklin knew nothing in this world was certain except death and taxes. Gentlemen, please, we need to agree on the number of congressmen from each state.
Big states should have more representatives than small states. We will decide the number of congressmen a state gets by its population. No! Then big states like Virginia will have more power than small states like New Jersey. That's not fair. Each state will send the same number of representatives, related to the size of their land and their population. I don't agree with you. Your idea is not fair. I, Roger Sherman from Connecticut, would like to propose a compromise. I suggest that Congress have 2 parts. We can call these parts the House of Representatives and the Senate. The number of people in the House of Representatives will be decided by population. This would mean that Virginia would have more representatives than New Jersey, because Virginia has more people. That's ridiculous and unfair. Hold on a minute. The second part of Congress, the Senate, will have an equal number of representatives. Each state will have 2 senators. The 2 parts of Congress have to share ownership of making and passing laws.
Interesting plan. I think I like it.
That is acceptable. In states with larger populations will have more representatives in the House of Representatives. And states
Sounds like a good compromise. When a broad table is to be made and the edges of the planks do not fit, the artist takes a little from both and makes a good joint. There was another issue that provoked strong argument. It was over the existence of slavery in America.
I think the Constitution should also end slavery. If we want to be a great country, we cannot continue to allow it. Slavery is essential to the economy of the South. Southern farmers used slaves to plant and pick tobacco and other crops.
Slavery should be abolished.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can we please just come to an agreement?
Instead, they announced that each slave in America would be counted as equal to the person, but the issue was far from over.
The writing of the Constitution continued throughout the summer. On September 17, 1787, the Constitution was complete.
One delegate remarked his done, we had become a nation.
Benjamin Franklin, looking towards the president's chair, at the back of which a rising sun happened to be painted, observed, "Often in the course of the session, I looked at that sun behind the president without being able to tell whether it was a rising or a setting sun. But now I have the happiness to know that it is a rising and not a setting sun." The Constitution of the United States was complete.
We, the people of the United States,
In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare,
And secure the blessings of liberty
to ourselves
And our posterity.
to ordain
And establish this Constitution
for the United States of America.